it at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and we back outside with it. H-Town, Texas streets once again. You know it's going down. It's Friday. We getting our flip on through the time, running a couple errands, handling some little business and things like that. But I had to make some time to pull up over here in the usual cut and let everybody know what was up, as we have now seen something I never seen before. 3 diss tracks in a row from the same family. This is the first time I think I've seen.
What started as a seemingly harmless social media post has now spiraled into a full-blown storm. King, the son of T.I.
Like this right here, they pulling on a real demonstration and display. If you touch one, you got to get into it with us all now at this point. And they most definitely standing firm on it because they ain't stopping. Nah, we seen exactly what King took it to a whole nother level by putting 50 T-Lady on the t-shirt and rapping, basically drilling at this point, if we just keep it all the way 1,000. Well, also, Dominic came out. You know, he's lyrical, he can spit, can rap. Everybody know he go hard with Miss Jackson. His cover art was the house burning down, as in reference of the accusations that 50 Cent
guy was spotted wearing a 50 Cent MO on his shirt. And if that wasn't enough, he dropped a diss track titled Need 3X, directly targeting one of rap's biggest icons. The internet erupted instantly, with fans divided and the comments section exploding into chaos.
Back in the day, she was on the news. King had been posting that up. And also the Miss Jackson conversation kind of is a play off of what Jadakiss did, because he had wrote a letter and he rapped a letter to 50 Cent Mama back in the day when they was beefing. But Rick Ross is somebody we know. He's sitting back plotting and waiting. Anytime somebody going at 50, they've been having their riff, and it's been years now. He saw these two posts and went into the comments as the blog started to share this and said, hey, say, I need that.
Everyone is asking the same question. Was this a calculated move to stir controversy, or did King just cross a line that should never have been crossed? Amid all the noise, one voice has finally broken the silence. Rick Ross has stepped forward, and his response has only intensified the frenzy. Sources claim emotions ran high during the recording of his statement, and insiders say the tension between these
who gon' control the narrative? Who gon' get the people to laugh the most? Who gon' get the most E's and R's and whoa, he did that, he said that. Oh, it's that, it's this, it's that. Oh, you said what now? Oh, you said this about me? That's what this game is now with this. And Rick Ross even understands that. Rick Ross decided to start using 50 Blueprint himself. What does he do now? Every time he get into 50, he gonna go up on the post. He know it's gonna get shared to the blogs. He know that he can go promote his Slippery Slope. I can promote my car show, and I'm getting to get at somebody that I don't rock with.
Amps has reached levels nobody expected. The family is reportedly left divided, and alliances that once seemed solid are now crumbling under the pressure of this shocking revelation. Tonight, we break down the full story, including reactions from the star.
Like 10, 15 beats out right now. It just is what it is. This is a part of it. And 50 this week, 50 done met his match, but we know 50 gonna wait it out, but they probably gonna wait it out. We know that King is gonna wait it out. Y'all got to know, King want everybody to know that he will go. It ain't about if you think that King is tough. It ain't about is King really stepping, is he really this or that. And King mind, if you play with his mama, he most definitely gonna get active on you now. So we'll see what happens. Y'all tell me what y'all think. We got more on that Patreon coming, and we gonna
their inner circles and the fans who are fueling this firestorm. You won't believe what happened next. The scene opened with fans scrolling endlessly through social media feeds, shocked at what they had just seen. King, T.I.'s youngest, had posted a picture wearing a 50 Cent mom shirt, and it instantly ignited a firestorm online. The caption was vague, but pointed enough to leave everyone speculating about his intentions. Fans were divided. Some laughed it off, calling it harmless trolling, while others felt like a line had been crossed that should never have been touched. Within minutes, the post went viral, trending across multiple platforms, and comments poured in from all corners of the internet. "What is he thinking?" one fan typed, while another simply wrote, "This is straight disrespect." The reactions kept multiplying as videos of King performing a snippet from his diss track, Need 3X, started circulating. The track's lyrics were sharp, personal, and undeniably aimed at someone with a powerful legacy in the rap world, making it impossible for the public to ignore. Meanwhile, Inside the industry, whispers were turning into heated discussions. Sources close to Rick Ross revealed that he had caught wind of the post almost immediately and was furious. "He can't just come for us like that," one insider claimed, hinting at the depth of Ross's emotional response. The tension was palpable, and it was clear that this wasn't just a trivial clash between two young artists. This had layers, involving family pride, reputations, and long-standing alliances. The rap community, which often thrives on beefs and showdowns, watched intently as messages began flying between different camps. Some tried to mediate, while others fueled the fire, sharing clips, interviews, and screenshots to exaggerate the drama even further. Fans noticed a sudden shift in King's tone after the post. In interviews and live streams, he defended himself, saying he wasn't trying to disrespect anyone personally, but admitted that he wanted to test boundaries and see who would react. "It's all music, it's all vibes, but if people take it the wrong way, that's on them," King stated, though his nonchalant demeanor only added fuel to the controversy. The public wasn't buying it entirely. For many, the fact that he chose a shirt linked to a deeply personal figure in 50 Cent's life, combined with the pointed lyrics in Need 3X, made it feel like a calculated attack. As the debate raged on, Rick Ross finally decided to speak. Fans who had been refreshing feeds for hours were treated to a recorded statement that was raw, emotional, and unfiltered. Ross's voice carried anger, disappointment, and a hint of disbelief. "This isn't about music anymore, it's about respect," he said. "When you come at family, you're coming at me, and that's where we draw the line." Insiders described the recording session as tense, with Ross pacing back and forth, pausing only to replay certain lyrics from the diss track. According to sources, he repeatedly shook his head, muttering under his breath, showing that this wasn't just a business matter. It had hit him on a deeply personal level. Friends and family of both camps were also drawn into the drama. T.I., who has long tried to guide his son in navigating the pressures of fame, was reportedly frustrated. Family members close to King defended him, saying he was just exploring his artistic freedom, but others warned that crossing certain lines could have lasting repercussions. The dynamic between father and son became another layer of tension, with fans speculating about possible confrontations or private meetings that might resolve or escalate the situation. In parallel, 50 Cent's longtime associates and friends began weighing in on social media, sharing cryptic messages, images from past encounters, and even unreleased snippets that hinted at deeper rivalries. The emotional stakes were climbing. The internet, always hungry for drama, fueled the fire with memes, video edits, and hot takes that only amplified the conflict. Reactions from other artists added to the suspense. Some called for calm and respect, while others subtly cheered the drama on, teasing possible clashes and responses. The family was left divided, friends were caught in the middle, and fans felt like they were witnessing history unfold in real time. As night fell, the online world buzzed with theories, predictions, and endless debates, making it clear that this was far from over. Even outside social media, the ripple effect was being felt. Radio hosts, podcasters, and journalists scrambled to cover every development, often replaying the same clips repeatedly, analyzing body language, and speculating about behind-the-scenes motives. Every gesture, every lyric, and every statement was dissected, leading to even more drama as loyalties and rivalries were publicly examined. Tensions were mounting not just between the artists but across the wider hip-hop community, where alliances are fragile and reputations are everything. It was clear that what had started as a single post and diss track had now become a multifaceted drama involving personal pride, family honor, fan expectations, and industry politics. The tension from the first wave of posts and responses only grew stronger as the days went by. King's diss track, Need 3X, was now circulating on every platform, and fans replayed every line, looking for hidden meanings and subtle jabs. Each lyric seemed to add another layer to the growing conflict, and Rick Ross's camp didn't stay silent for long. Sources revealed that Ross had gathered his closest advisors and friends, dissecting every word of the track, looking for ways to respond without escalating things beyond repair. Yet, the frustration and anger were palpable. "He's young, he thinks this is a game, but some lessons come hard." One insider commented, hinting at the high stakes involved. Meanwhile, inside T.I.'s household, emotions were running high. T.I., who has spent years trying to shield his family from public drama, reportedly struggled to contain his disappointment. Friends close to the family described late-night phone calls and heated discussions where words were exchanged, emotions spilled, and the weight of public scrutiny pressed heavily on everyone involved. T.I. allegedly told King, "You have to understand what respect means in this game. It's bigger than music. It's about the people behind it." But King, in turn, stood his ground, insisting he was only expressing himself and testing boundaries. This tug-of-war created an atmosphere thick with tension, as family members tried to mediate but often found themselves drawn into the chaos. Fans online quickly noticed that the situation was escalating beyond social media posts. Heated arguments erupted in comment sections, with fans defending their favorite figures and attacking the other side. Debates were no longer just about music. They were about loyalty, respect, and who had the right to speak or act in the spotlight. Social media influencers and commentators jumped in, amplifying every reaction, and memes mocking or supporting either side spread like wildfire. The drama became a cultural event, with even casual listeners and outsiders weighing in. Every appearance, every tweet, every like or share was analyzed for clues, and suddenly, a simple shirt and a single track had morphed into a full-blown media storm. Rick Ross, however, wasn't just watching from the sidelines. According to sources, he started planning his response with surgical precision. Friends said he was careful to balance raw emotion with strategic communication, wanting to make it clear that respect and family loyalty mattered more than petty arguments. His recorded statement, which had already made waves, was followed by a series of cryptic social media posts and interviews that fans dissected obsessively. Each word was picked apart for tone, intention, and hidden meaning. Emotions ran high in every discussion, with some viewers cheering Ross for defending his camp, while others questioned whether his response might further inflame the situation. Unexpected twists kept piling up. A snippet from an unreleased track allegedly by King leaked online, and it appeared to take shots not only at Rick Ross, but at figures in his inner circle. This created a ripple effect, prompting multiple clarifications, denials, and statements from people who were suddenly unwillingly dragged into the feud. Every development sparked fresh debates, with fans and journalists alike trying to predict what would happen next. In addition, older footage resurfaced, showing past interactions and rivalries that gave the current drama even more context. Suddenly, what seemed like a simple confrontation had layers upon layers of history, relationships, and unresolved tensions. Family members on both sides felt the pressure. King's cousins and friends were reportedly advising caution, warning him about the consequences of escalating conflicts publicly. Meanwhile, Ross's team, equally protective, emphasized that loyalty and family honor could not be compromised. Sources said there were private meetings, phone calls, and discussions behind closed doors, but the details were closely guarded, leaving fans to speculate wildly. The sense of anticipation was overwhelming, and every minor movement or hint of communication was blown up into breaking news by eager social media users. Even the hip-hop community itself felt the tremors. Other artists, who had historically stayed neutral in public feuds, were now commenting indirectly through posts, lyrics, and interviews. Some subtly supported King's artistic expression, while others sided with Ross's insistence on respect and legacy. These indirect reactions fueled conspiracy theories, fan wars, and endless speculation. For a time, it seemed like no one could predict how the situation would unfold, and the sense of suspense only made the drama more captivating. The intensity was heightened further by fan interactions. Live streams, comment sections, and forums became battlegrounds for opinions. Arguments between fans escalated into personal attacks, alliances were formed and broken, and memes evolved into full narratives. The family was left divided, friends caught in the crossfire, and the audience captivated, watching every twist as if it were a serialized drama unfolding in real time. What started as a post and a track had grown into a saga involving emotions, pride, and loyalty that few could have predicted, and everyone knew that the next development could change everything. The drama only intensified as the story continued to unfold, with every action, reaction, and leaked detail sending shockwaves through the hip-hop community. King, seemingly undeterred by the reactions, posted another snippet of his track on social media. This time, the lines were sharper, more pointed, and many felt they crossed an invisible line. Fans reacted immediately, some praising his courage and artistry, while others criticized him for disrespecting figures with established legacies. The debate wasn't just online. It spilled into interviews, podcasts, and radio shows, where hosts dissected every bar, every gesture, and every facial expression from past and present appearances. Tensions ran high, and it became clear that the conflict was no longer just between King and Rick Ross. It had grown into a larger story about respect, legacy, and generational clash. Rick Ross, aware of the mounting pressure, reportedly held several strategy meetings with his team. Insiders described the sessions as intense, with emotions running high and every decision weighed carefully. Ross's concern wasn't just about a public clash, it was personal. He was deeply protective of his family and his circle, and the sense of betrayal he felt was evident in every recorded statement. "We can't let this go unchecked," one source quoted him saying, emphasizing the seriousness of the situation. Friends close to Ross described him pacing during these discussions, replaying King's track repeatedly to identify every subtle jab and implication. It was not just about music or reputation. This was about defending one's people, and Ross made it clear that he would not back down. Meanwhile, T.I. faced his own challenges. He was caught between supporting his son's artistic freedom and preventing unnecessary escalation. Sources revealed private conversations where T.I. tried to explain the nuances of respect, legacy, and public perception. "There are ways to express yourself without burning bridges," he reportedly told King. But King, young and determined to make his mark, felt his father didn't fully understand his intentions. The tension between them was palpable, adding another layer of intrigue to the saga. Family dinners and gatherings were reportedly strained, with allies of both sides offering conflicting advice, further complicating what was already a combustible situation. Fans continued to dissect every interaction. Reactions on social media varied from memes and videos to heated debates in forums and comment sections. Influencers and content creators amplified the drama, sometimes even creating hypothetical scenarios and imagined confrontations to stir engagement. Every move by King or Ross was scrutinized, and every word from T.I. or other family members was analyzed for hidden meaning. The line between reality and speculation blurred, leaving audiences constantly on edge and eager for the next reveal. Unexpected twists kept emerging. An old interview resurfaced, showing King speaking about his ambitions and admiration for certain rap legends. Some fans interpreted this as evidence of respect, while others saw it as fuel for the ongoing feud. The ambiguity only heightened suspense, leaving room for endless discussion and speculation. Meanwhile, Rick Ross released another subtle post on social media, one that wasn't overtly confrontational but carried enough weight to signal that he was still closely monitoring the situation. Fans immediately analyzed the post, interpreting every gesture, every word, and every timing as a statement in the ongoing saga. The interpersonal dynamics added further complexity. Friends and allies on both sides were forced to navigate tricky waters, often balancing loyalty with caution. Insiders revealed that there were behind-the-scenes phone calls, video chats, and private meetings attempting to de-escalate tensions, but with each public move, the stakes continued to rise. The emotional intensity was overwhelming, and sources said some close confidants worried about potential blow-ups if either party reacted impulsively. As the feud unfolded, the broader hip-hop community weighed in, sometimes indirectly. Artists who had previously avoided public confrontations began commenting subtly through lyrics, interviews, and social media posts. Some appeared to support King's boldness. Others emphasized the importance of respect and family honor, and still others remained cryptically neutral. The commentary only added fuel to the fire, creating a network of reactions and counter-reactions that left fans glued to every update. Every day brought new speculation, and the sense that the story could take an unexpected turn at any moment kept audiences captivated. Even in fan circles, emotions ran high. Live streams became battlegrounds where supporters of either side debated relentlessly. Memes and videos evolved into detailed narratives, often portraying imaginary confrontations, secret strategies, and behind-the-scenes drama. The family was reportedly divided, friends were caught in the crossfire, and fans were deeply invested, consuming every update as if watching a high-stakes drama unfold in real time. With each new development, the saga continued to evolve, showing no signs of slowing down and leaving everyone wondering what the next explosive chapter would bring. The saga reached new heights as the tension between King and Rick Ross showed no signs of slowing down. The latest developments had fans on the edge of their seats, replaying posts, tracks, and interviews in endless loops, trying to catch every nuance. King, undeterred by the reactions, uploaded another snippet of Need 3X, with subtle references that hinted at deeper conflicts. His tone was confident, almost defiant, as if daring the other side to respond. Fans erupted in mixed reactions. Some praised his fearlessness, others condemned what they saw as blatant disrespect. The atmosphere online was electric, and every post, comment, and share felt like adding fuel to an already raging fire. Rick Ross, meanwhile, remained calculated but visibly emotional. Sources reported that he spent hours reviewing every line of King's diss tracks, analyzing the social media storm, and discussing potential responses with his closest allies. Friends described him as being in a state of controlled anger, determined to defend his family while avoiding actions that might backfire publicly. "It's not just music, it's personal," one insider said. "Ross feels like he's being challenged in front of the world, and that brings out a raw, protective side of him." The public could sense it too. Every statement, every subtle social media post from Ross seemed charged with unspoken emotion. The family dynamic added even more complexity. T.I. continued to navigate the tricky balance between supporting his son's artistic freedom and managing the public fallout. Private conversations between father and son reportedly grew more intense, with T.I. trying to impart lessons about respect and reputation while King remained firm in his stance on self-expression. Friends and extended family were pulled into discussions, offering advice and attempting mediation, but the pressure from public scrutiny made even private conversations feel high stakes. Tension ran high at every gathering, and insiders hinted that the emotional toll was as significant as the public drama itself. Unexpected twists kept emerging. Clips of past interactions between the artists resurfaced, giving context to current tensions. Old interviews, previous collaborations, and even casual comments from years ago were pulled into the conversation, feeding the narrative that this feud had roots deeper than anyone had initially realized. Fans pored over every detail, connecting dots and speculating about possible motives and alliances. Each revelation seemed to escalate the drama further, leaving the public desperate for clarity while simultaneously fueling reactions from the wider hip-hop community added another layer to the story. Other artists, longtime associates, and industry insiders began commenting indirectly, through cryptic posts, lyrical references, or interviews. Some appeared to defend King's audacity, while others sided with Ross's call for respect and loyalty. Every subtle endorsement or critique sparked new debates among fans, amplifying the tension and keeping the drama at the forefront of social media conversations. The story evolved from a single post and diss track into a multi-layered saga that seemed to touch almost everyone in the industry. Fans remained heavily engaged, with live streams, forums, and comment sections becoming battlegrounds for opinion. Alliances formed, broke, and reformed in real time as supporters of either side debated passionately. Memes, videos, and edits flourished, often portraying hypothetical confrontations, imagined strategies, or secret discussions. The family remained divided, friends and confidants were caught in the crossfire, and audiences were fully captivated by the unfolding drama. Every day brought new revelations, and each development seemed capable of triggering an even bigger response. As the tension continued, both camps were reportedly working behind the scenes to prevent a full-blown confrontation. Private calls, secret meetings, and careful strategizing were taking place, though nothing was confirmed publicly. The sense of anticipation remained high, with fans convinced that the next move could be explosive. The intricate web of loyalty, pride, and personal stakes made the situation feel unpredictable and emotionally charged, leaving everyone watching closely. Despite attempts at mediation and calm, the public pressure intensified the drama. Media outlets, podcasts, and influencers continued to amplify every development, often framing them as monumental events. Emotions ran high not only within the families and artist circles, but also among fans who felt personally invested in the outcome. The story had grown beyond a single track or shirt. It was now a full-blown narrative of respect, legacy, and generational tension, played out in real time for the world to witness. With tensions escalating, alliances tested, and emotions at a boiling point, it became clear that this saga would be remembered as one of the most intense moments in recent hip-hop history. Every action, post, or lyric seemed to carry weight, and fans remained glued to updates, eager to see how the conflict would ultimately unfold. The emotional stakes were higher than ever, the family divided, and the public fully captivated, leaving everyone wondering what the next shocking twist might bring. The drama between King and Rick Ross has left fans on the edge of their seats, with every post, lyric, and reaction fueling the fire. Emotions ran high, alliances shifted, and the family was left divided, showing just how high the stakes can get in hip-hop. Who will respond next? Will the tension escalate or finally settle behind closed doors? We want to hear your thoughts. Do you side with King's bold moves or Ross's call for respect? Drop your opinion in the comments. Hit that like button if you've been following the saga, and don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates.